Can he hear us? Does he know?
No, he can't. I'll be contacting him if we have questions. He's sending in questions.
Yeah, we
But
can.
is he already talking to us?
No, he's just.
We can send questions by a chat at the end for Cyril. And Cyril Wecht, also for people in the back, there are many seats up front here, so don't feel like you have to stay in the hall. Cyril Wecht, for those that you don't know him, is one of the leading forensic pathologists in the country, former president of the American Academy of Forensic Sciences, founding president of Coalition on Political Assassinations, a longtime critic of the Warren Commission, one of the few doctors let in to see the actual evidence, who spoke honestly when he saw it. And somebody that's been exposing that and other crimes for many years. He's worked on other key cases, and he's performed tens of thousands of autopsies, and I think it's 14,000 autopsies, something like that. And he's very knowledgeable. So he agreed to come in. He's in Pittsburgh. He's just recovering from a long legal suit against him, where the charges were finally dropped and bankrupted him. Brought by one of the Gonzales appointees, and she's finally been removed and was excoriated by our inspector. She said even when he finally got the acquittal and the judge threw the case out, she said that didn't mean he wasn't guilty. Made a public statement afterwards. But Cyril's a great guy, and I don't know if is he talking now or what's going on.
Can you make that image full screen?
I will, yeah.
Organizing these annual events, John really deserves a very special place in our hearts and our minds. He's a key person and a major cohesive force now for all of these years. I hope, John, that you'll be around for another 30, 40, 50 years. And although I hope we'll be able to meet and talk about some things that will come to be released by the federal government. I want to thank John Peter Garrity for setting this all up down there. John, Peter, thank you. And my son Ben here in Pittsburgh. I'm at his home now, and I want to thank him also for coordinating this with John Judge and John Peter Garrity. I hope you're having a good time and that the meeting is going well. I regret that I'm not able to be there with you, but it's been very, very hectic. In fact, just yesterday, while you folks were enjoying yourselves and intellectualizing about the assassination, I was dealing with a very controversial jail hanging, which I think is a staged hanging, most likely a homicide, a 5-hour deposition, then I had an autopsy, and then another autopsy this morning, just an hour or so ago, of a 30-year-old woman whose husband cut her throat. But interestingly, I find that she probably was strangled first, and then he cut her throat, and is now claiming that a robber had come in and did that to her. So forensic pathology is fascinating, even beyond the world of the JFK assassination. Well, I wish that we had a technology of a more interactive nature, but we do in a way. I meant audio. I would love to hear directly from you, but as I understand it, you'll pose your questions. John Judge and John Peter Garrity will handle them, and they'll come in here and be happy to talk with you in that fashion. In fact, I would be happy to take all of our time and deal with it in that kind of direct personal contact. I understand from John Judge, and John, you'll let Ben here know on this video screen with your message if you want me to do this, and cut me off at any time. But Ben told me that you had said to him that some people were interested in what has happened with me, my legal travails and so on. So let me just tell you, number one, it's all over. I'll just quickly tell you, because I'm not going to waste our time, that from an indictment that came down on January 20 of 2006 of 84 counts, accusing me of everything short of attempting to assassinate the president, from 84 counts. Then 2 years later, before the trial began, they dropped 43 counts. We went to trial on 41 counts. The jury was hung on the 41 counts. We appealed back and forth to the Third Circuit, and the Third Circuit, the judges that heard my case were all conservative Republicans appointed by President Bush. It's not as if I encountered some old liberal democratic political friends and allies. They removed the horrible judge. I had his name is Arthur Schwab, a quasi-fascist, I don't hesitate to say that, a right-wing fundamentalist. You know, we have a magnificent museum here in Pittsburgh, the Carnegie Museum, that has, we're told, the second best dinosaur collection in the world. A tremendous dinosaur collection. And he would never allow his kids to go to the Carnegie Museum on these school trips that everybody in our southwestern Pennsylvania area make to the Carnegie Museum, because he did not want them to see dinosaurs. That just did not fit into his agenda. So there's a lot more that can be said about him. And then we've got the witch, bitch, Mary Beth Buchanan, a now former U.S. attorney. She resigned, and officially, as of November 16th, Monday of this week, she is out of there. She was a Karl Rove, John Ashcroft, Alberto Gonzalez person. She was the director of the Executive Office for